Well, good Thursday morning. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great 4th of July day. Don't eat too much potato salad, especially if it's got raisins in it. If it's got raisins in it, stay away. Stay away from the potato salad with the raisins in it, okay? And make sure the potato salad is not sitting out there in the sun, without any ice and stuff on there, because that mayonnaise will turn into salmonella, okay? And unless you want to spend extra time in the bathroom, heed my warnings. On a serious tip, be careful with the fireworks too. Do not blow your hand off, okay? Other than that, have a great day. So I am not at the Red Brick House. I had a family member who was in the hospital and not doing very good last night and things. And we were at the hospital kind of late, and I still had an issue with my AC at home, so I left out real early this morning and gotten that taken care of, and I'm headed back to the house and probably going to take a nap because I'm tired, because I got about 3 hours sleep last night. But I was sitting here thinking about something that's really kind of good. The Dallas Cowboys front office seemingly has sabotaged the team over and over again with this whole thing of making you feel bad about wanting to get paid. It's actually tragic when you think about it. It still mystifies me why guys like Derrick Henry actually wanted to come to the Cowboys when you know that when it's time to get paid, they are going to treat you like crap. They're not just going to go ahead and say, thank you for doing a job well done. We look forward to you growing and developing with the organization. We're proud to have you here. No. They make you beg and plead, and bend over backwards to get paid. In spite of that, I'm actually out here at Great Falls. This is actually really beautiful out here. The C&O Canal towpath is right over there in the woods, and on the other side of that is the Potomac River, and I'm in Maryland, and I got all these damn bikers, man. This is scary because it's a 2-lane road that's narrow that winds through here, and you got bikers on here that act like they're a Mack truck. Be it as it may, with the Dallas Cowboys organization seemingly not to bring in enough ringers and things, it's actually amazing. I know people will think that they're a disappointment and a disgrace, but the reality is when you look at year after year all the extra players and all the extra work that other teams do to compete, I get it. The Rams got a Super Bowl. The Eagles got one in 2017. Kansas City has gotten 3. Tampa Bay got 1. But there's a lot of teams out there that have been doing things to try and get that Super Bowl a lot more than the Cowboys have when it comes to free agency. But somehow, the Cowboys have actually done better than most of those teams without doing it, which is part of the problem because they, of course, feel like they're getting high on their own supply. They're beginning to believe that we don't need no stinking free agents. Will McClay will save us. And we don't need to pay our players because Will McClay can replace them. That is the mentality of the Dallas Cowboys organization. And yes, we're going downhill following the bikers. They are rolling downhill right now at about 35 miles an hour. And then we're going to have to go back uphill and it's going to get slow. But I was sitting here thinking about as much as after us going through all the players on the rosters and things between the Eagles and the Cowboys. See, I told you I'm tired because 3 hours sleep, bro. But going through the players for the Cowboys and the Eagles and everything else, and when you think about the offensive line being better than the Eagles and allegedly having better weapons, better running game, and so on, the fact that the Cowboys had more points per game than anybody else in the NFL. How do you explain that? How do you explain that the team that does the least scores the most points in the NFL? You don't wonder reasons why? See, I'm going to say I think 2 reasons that the Cowboys hit the ground running more so than other teams is, one, and maybe they need to go ahead and hire him. Because, then again, as the old-timers saying, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Although I've never gotten any milk for free. I haven't bought a cow, but I haven't been getting that milk for free either. So there's that. All right, let me see if I can get past these bikers. Let's pray nobody comes around the corner. Okay, good. Got past them. Yay. Okay. Duke Merriweather. 10 of our offensive linemen, 3 weeks from training camp, are still working with Duke Merriweather. 10 of our offensive linemen are getting extra tutelage right now before training camp. And Duke Merriweather, if you don't know who Duke is the offensive line whisperer, so to speak. He is the guy who knows it all when it comes to offensive linemen. And you have to wonder, is that one of the reasons why a guy like Tyler Smith, who was drafted to be a guard and possibly the heir apparent to Tyron Smith, who had to play after practicing all offseason at guard, had to play tackle, and then when Tyron Smith came back the next year, played guard at an all-pro level. You start thinking, maybe there's a lot to a guy like Duke Merriweather. And having Duke right now working with the whole offensive line, guys, that's like practice. That's literally like having practice with the organization without having practice with the organization. And I think that this is one of those advantages that have helped the Cowboys more than other teams. It's based right there in Texas, right there close to the Cowboys. You've got all the offensive linemen right there working with them. The other thing, and I know the trolls are going to go, I knew it. Yeah, I thought he faked me out. I didn't think he was going to be talking about Dak Prescott. This guy is so knee-deep with Dak Prescott, the Naval Research Facility over here. This building they have over here is a mile long, and it's a giant tank. It's a giant wave tank that they test the ships and stuff out. It's kind of crazy. A mile-long building, it's like an oval building. But anyway, I'm sorry, I digress. Other reason is, I think, I could be wrong, but one, Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott having the football field in his backyard. Again, because of the pandemic, and when the Cowboys were getting flack for getting together and practicing, in public during the pandemic, Dak said, okay, you want to talk about how bad? Okay, we can't do that? Okay, I'll build me a football field in my backyard. And that's exactly what he did. He built a football field, half football field, in his backyard. And he's got a hell of a house that you want to go hang in. And Dak, by the way, I'd love to come hang at your house too. I won't drink up. I don't drink much. I won't drink up your good liquor or anything like that. Okay, I promise. I promise. Okay. But the guys want to hang out there. They want to throw football because they're gym rats. They get their workout in. They work with their quarterback, and they get to be on the same page. And these things are like practice. And see, here's the thing with football now. You don't understand. You don't understand, people. I remember what it used to be like in the old caveman days, okay? If you've ever seen the movie Remember the Titans, and they ended up going up to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to work out, there were two high school teams in Northern Virginia that would go to training camp, would go away. T.C. Williams, Remember the Titans, and Madison High School that would also go away to training camp. Now, we used to go to Randolph-Macon Military Academy in Front Royal, Virginia. Front Royal. So the first week of practice, we were basically in shirts and t-shirts and helmet. Okay? That was the first 4 days. Then we had 2 days of padded practices, and then we went off to training camp for a week. Yeah, training camp. And in that, we'd have a morning practice, full pad. We'd have a lunchtime special team practice, and then we'd have a 3 o'clock practice again. All padded for a week. In which case, we came back, and I'm going to tell you, we had more padded practices in that week than the NFL players have all training camp. And unlike the NFL, we go full go. We go full go, full tackle. The NFL's not like that anymore. You can't have any more than 3 consecutive days of practice. You can't have more than 14 padded practices. You can't tackle. You can't be too physical. Okay? So you don't have as much practice time to work together. And if you're bringing in all kinds of new guys, new players that have to get up to speed and get used to working together, it takes more time to be cohesive. See, and this is my thing about the Eagles that I say, that having Kellen Moore, here's the problem. You got Jalen Hurts, who has been doing his quarterback style, more of a read option type of a quarterback, okay? Nothing wrong with that. That's the system that he's been in. His legs are part of the equation. Over here is Kellen Moore, who has been dealing with mostly pocket quarterbacks, passing the ball more. So here's the thing. Jalen Hurts is now in his 4th season with a different offensive coordinator and a different play calling. Kellen Moore, who basically has been an offensive coordinator for about 4 or 5 years, who's been in one system. I would assume Kellen Moore, as the play caller, is going to bring his system over here to Jalen Hurts, who's going to have to learn it. Jalen Hurts has already said 95% of the offense is new. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. Or Kellen Moore, who has been doing things over here with his offense like this, his 5 years, has to do more of what Jalen Hurts does. You get my drift? Either Kellen Moore has to move to Jalen Hurts, or Jalen Hurts has to move to Kellen Moore. Either way, it's not familiarity. It's starting over for both of them. And that's where I look and say, it's very likely that the Eagles get off to a slow start, especially with that defense. That defense that was one of the worst in pass coverage in the NFL. So, that's the advantage that the Dallas Cowboys have with practice without being sanctioned by the NFL. Alrighty, good people. It's the 4th. I'm away from my baby, unfortunately. And that's all I got for you this morning. I think I'm actually going to go back and take a nap because I'm tired. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.